What's going on, guys? In today's video, what we're going to do is I'm going to have my dude Joe go over a deal that we just recently have done, and it was honestly, man, this probably shouldn't have been our deal, but because he took that extra step, we got the deal done. So Joe, you want to kind of break this deal down?
Absolutely. So let me explain this. This lead came in from one of our cold callers. So I called him and he's saying, hey, I'm in probate right now. I would love to sell, but I can't at the moment. He said, hey, this date is going to be the final date that the lawyer is going to have all the paperwork done and finished. So I'm like, okay. So I called him a day before that date, and it was the same thing. It was the same story. The next day, he was like, just call me and we'll set a time so you can come walk the property. And I was like, okay, perfect, that's fine. So that morning comes, I call him, he's like, yeah, everything's fine, everything's good to go. The only thing is he's getting a ton of calls and he wants to hear the best offer for the property, this and that, you know, your regular schmegular, and he wants everybody to go look at the property at the same time. I'm like, okay, yeah, that's fine. I agree with the seller like always. And I'm just asking him, building rapport. I'm like, hey man, what are you doing right now? What are you getting into? He's like, well, honestly, he was like, I'm at the property right now cleaning it out so y'all can come look at it. I'm like, okay. Well, without letting them know, I look up the address. It's about 20 to 25 minutes away. I'm like, hey man, I'm gonna just head out there, meet the seller, meet him face to face, because that's the best thing to do. I guarantee it. It always works. So I'm there, knock on the door. He's like, hey man, I introduced myself. He was shocked at first. He's like, man, what? I didn't know you were gonna come. We built great rapport. We kicked it off. Push comes to shove. I'm asking him, hey man, what do we need to do to get this deal done today? I talked to the wife. Over the phone, the wife didn't want to sell at all from the very beginning. She said, hey man, I want to hear all the offers, this and that. I'm like, ma'am, there has to be a price that you're wanting to get for this property. There has to be a price you're thinking you're going to get from somebody else that you won't get from me. I'm like, hey, what's this price? She gives me a high price. I'm like, hey ma'am, you know that's not going to work. So I give her a price that I know I'm very comfortable at. I know I can wrap it up. And push comes to shove, she's like, okay, if we can do it now and we can sign paperwork and get everything started and I can stop answering all these calls from everybody else, we can get a deal. We agreed on a price. We actually locked it up right there on the spot. Very easy, and we're actually about to close on it next week.
Absolutely.
And we just locked it up last week. It was a very fast deal. Seller was a win. It was a win for us. And everybody's happy, and that's always the goal for me.
Yeah, and the buyer got a good deal too. So, so honestly, here's the moral of the story, guys. Listen, if you have deals that are potentially dead, or you know, there's some challenges, send those deals to us. We'll JV on them all day. Okay. Let me give you another example. We actually just locked up a deal today. A buddy of mine who's actually in this business was talking to a seller. Seller was giving him a price that was just a little bit out of the range, but we knew we were close. Joe called her today, got the price that we need to get. Yep. We're doing the paperwork tomorrow, and we'll be able to sell that and make about a $10,000 to $12,000 profit. And obviously, we'll split that with my buddy who sent us the deal, and that way we do the JV. So guys, listen, the moral of the story is, we here at Freedom Walk, we're going to take that extra step. We're going to go the extra mile, whatever it takes. That's our mindset here. It doesn't matter what it takes to get the deal done. We will get it done. So send us your deals. Let's JV. Let's make some money together, and let's get it.
Let's get it.